Hello everyone, I hope you all enjoyed the chocolates that you received from the entrance. Those are from me. Today I would like to talk about how to influence the human mind. There are 3 key secrets that make people behave the way you want them to. The first secret is known as the contrast principle. And these secrets and principles are based off of the Dr. Robert Cialdini book called Influence. The first secret is known as the contrast principle. I would like to be reading a letter from a girl to her parents during her first year at college. Dear Mother and Dad, since I left for college, I have been remiss in writing, and I'm sorry for my thoughtlessness and not having written before. I will bring you up to date now, but before you read on, please sit down. You are not going to read any further unless you're sitting down, okay? Well then, I'm getting along here pretty well now. The skull fracture and the concussion I got when I jumped out the window of my dormitory when it caught on fire shortly after my arrival here is pretty well healed now. I only spent 2 weeks in the hospital, and now I can see almost normally and only get those sick headaches like once a day. Fortunately, the fire in the dormitory and my jump was witnessed by an attendant at the gas station, and he was the one who called the fire department and the ambulance. He also visited me in the hospital, and since I had nowhere to live because of my burnt-out dormitory, he was kind enough to invite me to share his apartment with him. It's really a basement room, but it's kind of cute. He is a very fine boy, and we've fallen deeply in love and are planning to get married. We haven't gotten the exact date yet, but it'll definitely be before my pregnancy begins to show. Yes, Mother and Dad, I am pregnant. I know how much you're looking forward to being grandparents, and I know you'll welcome the baby and give it the same love, devotion, and tender care you gave me when I was a child. The reason for the delay in our marriage is that my boyfriend has a minor infection, which prevents us from passing the premarital blood tests, and I carelessly caught it from him. Now that I have brought you up to date, I want to tell you that there was no dormitory fire. I did not have a concussion or skull fracture. I was not in the hospital. I'm not pregnant. I'm not engaged. I'm not infected. And there is no boyfriend. However, I am getting a D in American history and an F in chemistry, and I want you to see those marks in their proper perspective. Your loving daughter, Sharon. Sharon might be failing chemistry and history, but she gets an A in psychology. What she did there was to influence her parents' minds not to care so much about her bad grades. Instead, she used the power of the contrast principle. The contrast principle states, as I quote, "The way we see the difference between 2 things that are presented one after another." And that's how she made her parents not care so much about her bad grades. That is one secret on how to influence the human mind. The second secret on how to make people behave the way you want them to is known as the Reciprocity Rule. If someone had done you a favor, have you ever felt it was your obligation to return that favor? If someone invited you over to their house, have you ever felt a necessity to invite them over to your house the next time you meet? Well, these are all simple examples of the Reciprocity Rule. If I give you something, you feel an obligation to give me something back. But how do we use this rule as a weapon against our clients, customers, or friends to leave them unarmed? Let's find out. From the novel Influence, there was a study done by by Joe, who's an experimenter. He experimented how the liking of a person can affect them buying more raffle tickets. And to no surprise, people who liked Joe more bought more raffle tickets, right? Although, in a second study, the rules were a little different. This time, If Joe gave a Coke to the subject, whether they liked him or not, they felt an obligation to return a favor, therefore buying more raffle tickets. If I give you something, you feel an obligation to give me something back. And that is the second secret on how to influence the human mind. Last but not least is the final secret on how to influence the human mind, and this is a powerful motive called consistency and commitment. As humans, we live a pretty consistent life, don't you think? I mean, we wake up, we eat breakfast, we go to school or we go to work, we eat lunch, we hang out with friends, we see family, we eat dinner, and then go to bed just to do it all over again the next day. It's consistent. The power of consistency is theorized as a central motivator of human behavior. We need consistency throughout our lives to function. But the question is consistency powerful enough to make us do what we necessarily don't want to do? Let's find out. There was a study done from the novel Influence by a psychologist named Dr. Robert, by a psychologist named Thomas Miglani. He staged a theft on a New York City beach to see if anyone would stop the crime. The research accomplice placed a beach towel 5 feet away from the experimental subject, who was just a regular person chilling out at the beach. So the research accomplice placed a beach towel, sat down, and started listening to music on her radio. Beside her, after a few minutes of listening to music, she stood up and took a stroll down the beach, leaving her items out in the open. Now, when she left those items out in the open, the second researcher, pretending to be the thief, swooped in, stole the radio, and ran away. And as you may have guessed, the experimental subjects were hesitant to do anything to stop the crime. And only 4 out of 20 people actually attempted to save the radio and stop the crime. But get this, the second study was done on different 20 people with a little twist. This time, when she went to go stroll down to the beach, when the research accomplice strolled down to the beach, the items were left out in the open, and she actually asked, "Can you please watch my things?" And they all agreed. This was simply ownership. So when the thief stole the radio, 19 out of 20 people attempted to save the radio. This was simply consistency, commitment, and ownership that helped rewire the subject's brain into actually doing what the person had asked. Do you all recall those chocolates that you all received? Well, I would like you all to stand up for me, please. And start clucking like a chicken. I know it might sound abrupt, but please, just cluck like a chicken until I say stop. So just cluck like a chicken.
Cluck, cluck.
So the second secret, right? What was that? Yes, the Reciprocity Rule, which states that I give you something, you feel an obligation to give me something back. I gave you chocolates in the beginning, and now you all are standing up and doing the chicken dance. I see that most of you are standing up. This right here is living proof of the Reciprocity Rule, right here, right now. I just shared with you all 3 secrets that make people behave the way you want them to. And right now, I just made you all stand up and cluck like a chicken. Thank you.